You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly show for video games, movies, TV shows, comics, tech news, and more. Now your hosts, Cody Pennick, Samantha Cross, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Overload, the pop and geek culture show that's here to burninate all your thatched roof cottages. I'm Cody.
I'm Sam.
I'm
Oh, wow. And I'm Samantha.
Oh, boy, we have a great show for you this week. Thank you all for tuning in. We have a bunch of news to go over, but first, let's talk about some things we have been checking out.
Check it out! All right! Toronto!
Got a little Paul Stanley up in here. Toronto!
I only mentioned Trogdor because it's the somethingth anniversary. I don't even want to know because it's probably way too big and it will make my bones turn to dust.
Oh,
18?
yeah.
18 years?
18, something like
Wow.
that. Yeah.
Troggy can vote.
Yep.
But Trucky can't buy cigarettes or alcohol.
Yet. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, you know, that was a simpler time of the internet. Watching dumb Flash cartoons.
I miss it. I miss it.
Oh, yeah. Also, Flash, boy, that's gone now.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
have outlived Flash.
We did it.
Oh, it makes me feel a lot of weird feelings that
Yeah.
Flash is dead because I spent so much time
Oh.
of my life making things in that program.
Oh, I remember. I remember the little the Flash cartoons
Yeah.
you used to come up with.
I mean, a lot of like pretty famous YouTubers now got their start doing Flash cartoons.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, it was like one of the first like widely available
That's
animation programs. And by widely available, I mean pirated constantly.
It's like at this point, like, just take it. Just take it.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm glad they're doing what they can to preserve HomestarRunner.com. I know they're using like it's like someone developed a retro player for Flash or something like that.
An emulator for Flash that runs in, I'm assuming, HTML5. So
Something, yeah.
modern browsers can make it do.
Yeah. And that's awesome. I'm glad they're saving it.
Would you
So.
would you have ever thought you would have said the words "an emulator for Flash"?
No.
Now we are old. Anyway, check it out.
Check them out. Okay. I watched a movie this week. Cody and Samantha, you will definitely know this movie. Josh, you might know this movie. I watched Johnny Mnemonic this week.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The
Yes.
original Cyberpunk.
The original, yes,
2077.
absolutely. In the far-flung future of 2021
Oh, no.
is where Johnny Mnemonic is set.
Mad Max is also 2021.
I just
It is,
picked
yeah.
up, I just picked up Neuromancer again. And
Oh,
started
really?
reading it,
Yeah,
too.
nice.
For like the 100th time.
It's
Every
like,
time I start reading Neuromancer, I lose the book. It's happened like 2 or 3 times.
It's a curse.
Yeah.
It's the Neuromancer curse.
I left it on the lunchbox shelf at work thinking nobody's going to steal my old William Gibson book. I was wrong.
I forgot how enjoyably kind of goofy Johnny Mnemonic is.
Oh, it is.
Like it's
or just like that era of Keanu Reeves.
yeah. He was reaching some Nicolas Cage levels of rant at one point. He was yelling about how he wanted room service and like dancing around and shouting and screaming. And I swear, I was like, this could be like young Nicolas Cage role. This is Vampire's Kiss level Nicolas Cage acting.
I would love to see a Cyberpunk
Oh,
Cage.
no kidding, right?
Man, how much storage did they say his brain?
80 gigabytes.
Yeah.
And he used a thing to increase it to 160.
And like, didn't he have to erase some of his childhood memories?
Oh, yeah.
To
all
make
of his-
room.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of his childhood memories had to go so that he could store data in his head.
Okay, so give the soft pitch of the movie for people who may not have seen this gem.
Okay, sure. In Cyberpunk future of 2021, everything is on the internet. like it is. I guess we're actually close on that. There's also a scene early in the movie where a bunch of rioters were wearing N95 masks.
Oh,
Yeah, so topical, oddly enough. But in the future, if you want to transport data that you don't want to get hacked from one place to another, you hire these guys that basically have the computer storage implanted temporarily into their brain. They physically go from one place to another, and then the digital, they're unlocked and the information's pulled out. It's a secure way of travel. In this movie, Johnny wants his childhood memories back. He has to do one more big score to get enough money
memories back.
to have the implant taken out of his head. He ends up getting way more information pumped into his brain than he can handle, and now he has 24 hours to get this data out of his head before it all corrupts and he dies. Also, the Yakuza's after him. Also, Ice-T is there.
and there's a dolphin.
There is
a hyper intelligent hacking dolphin that's part of the U.S. military.
Yes, former U.S. Navy
Yeah.
cyber dolphin.
Thank you
That
for
helps
your
him.
service.
Yep. that helps him hack his own brain in the climax of the film. Also, apparently, in the short story that this is based on, the dolphin was addicted to heroin.
Yeah.
And that's how they kept him in line.
Yep, this is true. I've read the story.
Yeah. But it was enjoyably bad. It's a good premise.
Oh, it's fun. It's a fun movie.
It's a fun movie.
It's a
Absolutely.
terrible movie, but it's a fun movie.
Yeah. I tell you, what's his name? Should not act. The guy who played Spider, the doctor.
I don't remember.
He is the musician. He's a singer.
I remember
Metal singer.
the broad strokes of the film and the laser whip.
The laser string that came out of the guy's fingernail.
Yeah.
And Takeshi Kitano, it was the head of the Yakuza, which is pretty cool. It did seem like all of his English lines were fed to him phonetically.
Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins is a terrible actor and should not have been allowed in this movie because
They should've
he's
got Mojo Nixon.
they're much better.
Oh, I forgot Dolph Lundgren's in this movie.
Yes, as the street preacher who is 90% robot and also 100% crazy.
And William Gibson, the writer of the story, wrote the screenplay. So
Yeah,
it's pure.
It's pure him. Although I guess in editing it got chopped up quite a bit. There is a cut of it that is a lot longer and kind of goes into a little more detail and is, I guess, a little closer to the source material. Unfortunately, Amazon Prime does not have that version, so I did not watch that version. But yeah, it was enjoyable. It was fun.
I have not seen that movie in a while.
The original story has a character from Neuromancer in it, Molly Millions, who is awesome and is a lady who has like aviator sunglass lenses surgically put over her eyeballs, and razors can come out from underneath her fingernails.
Yeah, they rewrote her into the Janie, the
Yeah.
character from that movie.
Which is a shame, because it
Yeah.
would have been really cool to see Molly Millions in the movie.
Yeah.
Because since we're never going to get a Neuromancer movie, it's been in development hell since like the 90s.
Right. Have you ever read the third one in the trilogy of the Neuromancer or whatever?
I've never finished the Sprawl trilogy. I've never
Yeah.
finished Neuromancer because I
Oh.
keep losing it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It's my console cowboy lifestyle. I can't keep a hold of one book for too long.
Yes.
It's your white whale there, Ahab.
I'm surprised you don't have a digital copy of it.
I do. That's what I'm reading now.
Oh, nice.
Can't lose that.
You say that. You say
Unless I
that.
lose my entire phone.
Digital corruption.
Yeah, I started reading it again since I'll never finish Dune because it's 1,000,000 pages long.
Oh, it is very long and incredibly dry.
Like the desert it takes place.
Yes.
I borrowed it from the library and it's too heavy. Seriously. I'm like, I kind of want to read it on my Kindle.
It's a beautiful book.
Oh, it's
though.
gorgeous.
The cover is amazing, and the pages have a blue tinge to the side.
Oh, nice.
Like the all blue eyes of the
Oh, sure.
Fremen or whatever they're called.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, but I try to read at night, and I'm like, no.
My arms are too tired.
Yeah, I got a book on tape of it for book on tape. I mean audiobook. I put in my cassette tapes.
It's a lot of cassettes.
50 cassettes.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, the last audiobook I did listen to was on tape.
Oh wow, hipster.
Yeah. It was one of the Anne Rice vampire books.
Fair, but no, I tried getting it on audiobook and tried like just listening to it back and forth driving to and from work, and that first chapter is so dry about explaining the Fremens and the Vogans and the spice,
The Gom Jabbar.
the Gom Jabbar,
The Kiyat Haberdash.
yes,
I
the
probably
Abdul
butchered
Jabbars with the
Yeah.
It sounds like you're speaking Klingon.
Abdul Jabbar.
Jabbars. They both want the street rat.
yes.
It's how you know that they're human is they put their hand in the Abdul Jabbar.
Kareem.
The Kareem Abdul Jabbar.
And then Bruce Lee shows up in a yellow jumpsuit.
Yeah,
I really want to see that Dune movie though.
I do too. I know I should see it in theater to get the best experience. I'm not going to go to a theater.
Oh no, no.
No. Speaking of,
If I didn't go for Wonder Woman, I'm not going to go for Dune.
Although, kind of glad I didn't go for Wonder Woman. Again, not that it was a bad movie. Speaking of which, I got a notification the other day. I guess Studio 35 and the Grandview Theater are going ahead with Dude-a-thon again this year, but they're doing a digital remote Dude-a-thon where you come in with your mask, you buy your 10 little trials of beer, take it home, and then they load up a Zoom call.
What?
Yeah,
I mean, you might
it's
as
one way
well.
to do it. Yeah.
I know, but you pick up your beer, and then you go.
And then you go home. Socially distanced Dude-a-thon.
That's how I drink beer. I buy it at a store and then
Well,
I take
yeah,
it home.
yeah. But I'm just imagining like somebody walking home with a beer flight.
Well, no, they put them in little. I did it for around Christmas. They did a Christmas beer tasting, and they actually put them in. I think you can go to GFS and get plastic bottles that look like orange juice, like single serve orange juice bottles. We just had like 10 of those,
Okay.
and a bunch of popcorn and
Interesting.
stuff, and yeah,
You go to the Studio 35, you get the popcorn with the M&Ms in it.
you get it with the M&Ms, sometimes with the Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
Yep.
I miss Studio 35.
Once this is all slowed down, we take a trip. We pick a movie, we take a trip out.
I was thinking about arcades real hard the other day.
Yeah, I miss as much as I don't miss the crowds.
Yeah.
Remember doing things, guys?
Remember going places?
I want to go back to Galloping Ghost. It's so cool. It's such a cool arcade.
Or there's some of us who have never been.
That'd
Mister,
be fun
I go to
do.
Chicago.
That you
Been
know what?
like 3 times.
Yeah.
That's what we should do when this is all
Yeah.
slowed down and travel restrictions are up. Nerd Overload takes a road trip over to Galloping Ghost.
Cue the black screen. The gang goes to Galloping Ghost.
Your brother bought a house. So.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yep.
well, there we go. Awesome. And congratulations.
Mazel tov.
Who has a Checkum? I've been talking too much about Checkum.
We could talk about the history of swear words.
Yes, I was just thinking about that because you mentioned Nick Cage.
Yeah.
There is a series on Netflix called The History of Swear Words,
Okay.
where it's hosted by Nick Cage, and you get to hear him swear a lot, and they teach you the history and the etymology of swear words.
Oh, wow.
And also, well, there's like talking head comedians, like it's a I Love the Decades kind of show, but about swears.
Interesting.
It's not,
Sounds like my kind of jam.
it's not bad.
And they let Nick Cage be Nick Cage.
That's
Yeah.
oh, fantastic. That's the best. That sounds like the best part. It's kind of sad that George Carlin isn't there
Yeah,
Aw.
that
to,
would've
to
been-
talk about the
Yeah.
swear words.
They start with the F word and then they
Obviously.
go from
And
there.
then move on. Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, don't watch it with kids, obviously, because there's a lot of swearing. But then again, there's a lot of educational content too.
It's up to you.
Yeah,
It's like drunk history, but with bad words.
yeah. I kind of wish there was a little more educational stuff in there than there is just comedians riffing on swears. But it's still
They're
good.
trying to make it entertaining
Yeah,
for the people who don't like etymology.
yeah. Who aren't word nerds?
Like lexicon
Yeah.
folks, and yeah.
Or just fans of swearing.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just wanted to get that out there because we love Nick Cage content here.
We
and
do. We are fans of Nicolas Cage.
He does a very good job as the host of the show.
Man, did we watch Vampire's Kiss? Was that a bad movie?
That
night?
was a bad
Yeah.
movie night. That was a bad movie night special.
Yes, that was a very special bad
Oh,
movie
that
night.
was a great night.
might be my favorite one. It very well could
Yeah.
be my favorite
I mean,
one.
it's one of the few ones I didn't fall asleep in.
It's one of the few ones they didn't edit anything into.
That's
It
true.
was
Yeah.
just it was
like-
just Vampire's Kiss.
They didn't need to.
Yeah. Should we explain what Vampire's Kiss is? Because we've said it like 10 times
Oh
already
man! So
today.
Vampire's Kiss was this movie that Nick Cage made way back. Was it the 80s or was it like early 90s?
It had to have been 90.
Yeah.
Very early 90s, maybe 1990.
But anyway, where he is
He's a yuppie
he's some kind of rich business
guy. Yeah.
and he gets bit by a bat and thinks he became a vampire. Or is
1988.
88. Okay,
Ooh.
close. But yeah, he gets bit and then thinks he's starting to turn into a vampire when he's not really.
No. And like the crux of it is like it's pretty much like he might have rabies and he's hallucinating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's-
running around screaming, "I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire!"
I love the fact that they didn't actually have extras to that scene. They just filmed on the street with him yelling and everyone just giving him weird looks.
Yep.
It's just legitimately people giving him weird looks.
He built a tiny cave inside his apartment.
He
Oh, with
eats
his
a
couch
cockroach.
coffin?
Yes.
His couch coffin?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't he eat a live cockroach?
He does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, and he kills a woman with those crappy plastic Halloween teeth.
He does buy plastic teeth. Yes.
Oh yeah, and they look awful.
They glow in
Which
the
is
dark.
point. Yeah.
And he bites a woman so hard in the neck that she dies.
Oh, it's overacting to the nth degree.
Oh yeah, it's like
Chewing every bit of scenery.
it's
yes. A B C D E F G.
Like it is like surfer guy kind of
Yeah.
like voice that he sometimes slides into. He does like some kind of accent.
Some
the
weird
whole
accent.
movie.
Like this weird affected kind of.
Yeah.
Might be European. Might just be Southern California.
If
it's weird.
If you're a connoisseur of the internet and you remember like the old meme of the you don't say face or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That was Nick Cage from that movie.
With that bulging eyes. And,
Yeah. Like he was unhinged before he went crazy. It just goes to 11 after he goes crazy. It's just an odd movie.
Yeah.
But it's great.
It is the most vintage, like delicious of the Nick Cage
Weirdiverse.
fine wine.
Oh
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. It's they popped the top on Nick Cage on that one, and
Yeah.
some hard to argue that they haven't been able to fit the topper back on the bottle since then. That really seemed to be kind of the start of the wild.
Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Anyway, so check it out. Man, I've done so many things we don't have time for. I finished the Tales of Arcadia trilogy.
What's that?
It's a game, right?
No, I mean they made a game, but it's the Netflix animated 3 series that Guillermo del Toro did. Troll Hunter,
Oh,
Three
okay.
Below, and the last one's called Wizards.
Gotcha. Okay.
Of Waverly Place.
And actually, there's going to be a movie that ends everything.
Excellent.
Like, it's this year, and it's like either February or March.
Cool.
Called like Rise of the Titans.
And it was good?
I mean, the movie's not out yet. I don't know.
I'm talking about
But
the series.
yes. I really liked Troll Hunters back when it first came out, and then
I remember you saying something. I remember when Troll Hunters came out. I remember.
yeah,
you
I
reviewing
really
that.
liked it when it came out. And then of course it had Anton Yelchin voicing the character, and that was the last thing he ever did before he unfortunately passed away.
Thought
Right.
you were gonna say Anton LaVey, but no. I don't
No,
think-
different kind of movie.
No. Yeah.
If that were the case.
And then the second series, I didn't even know they made a second series, or the fact that this title that kept popping up on my Netflix was even a part of it until I looked into it. It was called Three Below, and it's a sci-fi series about aliens who come to the town of Arcadia. And like the weird thing about these three series is there are some interconnecting events.
Okay.
And once you watch them all in order, you kind of like oh, some of these things are happening at the same time.
Interesting. I like that kind of layering of stories and that sort of
like there's a
thing.
part in the last part or season of Three Below, the Alien series, where they kind of soft shoe in something that's going to happen in Wizards.
Okay.
The third series.
Yeah.
Where like they make like a video call to Jim, the character from Troll Hunters, and like there's like, oh, I can't talk right now, I'm fighting this knight or whatever, and they like the camera turns and you see this scary looking knight
Okay.
who was a big crux of Wizards.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't really like Three Below that very much. Everything has a weird blue like Tron glow to it. Everything, like anything that has to do with the aliens, it looks like that. But Nick Offerman is the voice of one of the characters, and he's like this warrior general guy who has a penchant for combat, and he always speaks in the third person.
Okay, that's pretty fun. That's cool.
Yeah, he's probably one of my favorite characters in that whole show.
He's on the Swear Word show too.
Oh, that's good. I love Nick Offerman. I love everything he does.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anything with him in it that I didn't like. At least him in it.
Yeah. Oh, have you watched any more of Raised by Wolves?
No.
Oh. Raised by Wolves is a series on HBO Max that is a weird sci-fi dystopian thing.
That's the one with the robots and the babies, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
really high concept.
Oh yeah, like super high concept.
Interesting.
Like, so at some point in the history of Earth, there are two factions basically. Then there's a war. And so this guy builds these androids and gives them a bunch of stuff and goes, go start a new colony, and shoots them off into space. And they birth these babies to start the colony. It's really weird. It's like whole first episode kind of things.
They were basically carrying
Embryos.
and
Oh.
started them on the planet.
Gotcha.
And these androids were going to be the surrogate parents to the.
Like
And
they're
instruct them, the babies, and like
to
Gotcha.
help raise them.
Yeah.
Like their names are mother and father.
Oh, interesting. It's an interesting concept.
Yeah. One of the things I liked about it, like style wise of the show, the two factions or whatever, like when you like see these flashbacks and whatnot of like their war and whatnot, they're wearing like what looks like medieval armor, but they all have like assault rifles and sci-fi weapons and stuff.
Nice.
Like at one point, you actually see a guy running around with a sword and a shield.
Oh, there you go.
Kind of Destiny-esque.
Yeah, kind of. Also, it's got some really weird religious overtones
Yeah, I
and
could see that
anti-religious
going.
overtones. Like that's the whole crux of the war.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, and Travis Flamel's in it. He plays a character.
Who's
he
that?
was in History Channel's Vikings. He was in the Warcraft movie.
Striking out here,
That's
man.
pretty much all. Like I said, if you haven't seen those shows, you wouldn't know who he is.
Gotcha.
Basically,
Okay.
Like he's got a weird accent and a weird haircut and everything he does, because that's how he is, I guess. I mean, I watched the whole series or the whole. I guess there's supposed to be more later, but it's pretty good.
Cool.
It's like Ridley Scott directs at least one episode, if not more.
It's like his thing.
Oh yeah, like the androids have like the milk blood, like in Alien.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well,
I
cool.
was did we watch one or two? We watched more than one episode, I think. But like afterwards, I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep watching this or not.
Like
it's heavy.
I kind of had that moment too. I mean, it is a really heavy show. Like
Sounds like it.
there's
Yeah, it
just
asks a lot of you.
yeah.
Like emotionally.
oh yeah, especially in that that first episode or whatever. Like, oh yeah, here's all these kids.
It's
Okay.
not like I
Yep.
didn't like it.
enough.
Father is like easily the best character of the whole show. Like he is like gold through the whole thing. Like
Cool.
He tries to be like, the fun parent to the children.
Oh, I see.
And he's
Okay.
always coming up with jokes. Like his thing is jokes. He's always like got jokes.
But they're robot jokes.
They're bad robot jokes. Okay.
Dad jokes filtered through a robot.
Fun. Okay. All right. Well, hey, I hate to cut things short. Got to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about some news.
Hey, we're back. That was the soundtrack to the pinball machine Black Knight 2000 by Dan Forden, Brian Schmidt, and Steve Ritchie at Williams and Midway. I heard this during GDQ was a couple weeks ago, and I heard that in the background. They were using it as background music, and I'm like, what is that? That's amazing.
It's really good. Yeah.
No pinball machine soundtrack ever needed to go this hard.
No, it's fantastic. It's really, really good.
Also, it's refreshing to hear a pinball machine just outright demand for your money.
Yes. All right. So, hey, let's go ahead and get into some news.
There it is.
Nice.
Do you like that flavor or do you like this flavor?
The Wilhelm.
Also, for good measure,
The stupid Tom Cruise
the Tom Cruise scream. Yep.
from that stupid Mummy
The
movie.
Mummy. That's right.
They just copy one sound twice.
It sounds like that video from that, I don't know if it's like a soap opera from Africa or something, where the woman is screaming and running away, and you have the guy, why are you running? Have you never seen that?
I've never seen that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, man.
Okay, we have some post-show
Yep.
look 'em ups. Get ready for the soundboard next week. All right, so we have a whole list of news. A lot more than I initially thought we were going to have this week, I'm being honest. But what do we want to get into?
Some of it is leftovers from last week
That's
that
true.
we don't need to do, but we do have a lot of stuff.
We have a few things. We have a few things.
Let's do the video game stuff first.
Okay. So someone has been kind of working through a version of Breath of the Wild and discovered something kind of neat with it. Apparently, all of the NPCs in the game, the faces that are generated off them, are all Miis. The little goofy cartoon characters that you would use on your Wii and Nintendo 3DS.
Your Nintendo avatars.
Yeah, like the assets match up almost 1-to-1 with a few exceptions. And this person was able to replicate
The Mii customizer.
They were able to inject existing Miis into Breath of the Wild because it's the same data.
and that word right there is the reason why I don't think I would be able to do it, because you had to use the word inject, not download, not modify, inject.
That's
is
what
like,
they do, though.
yeah.
They're injecting code.
It comes in a little blue vial.
But as a test, they did a couple of different Miis. Like they used the Mii for Barrett from Final Fantasy VII that they just came out with on the Switch. They did a couple others.
They did Matt, the
Wii Sports guy,
Wii
right?
Sports guy, who is like carried over into several Mii related games.
Yeah,
For some reason.
yeah. But no, they were able to place all these characters in, and again, with few exception, it is almost exactly 1-to-1. It's pretty cool.
With that Breath of the Wild look to it,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
It's very economical of Nintendo to reuse this code in a different game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's genius. Because it's sitting right there. They have a random generator right there.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
It's a shame they don't use the Miis more on the Switch. They've kind of been relegated to nothing.
To almost nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Smash if that. But yeah, I don't know. I would be interested to see if they would start using the Miis more. I honestly miss getting the custom hat for Animal Crossing that made your villager's head turn into your Mii
Yeah.
head.
I like putting myself in the Mario sports games.
Oh yeah, like Mario Kart and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Mario Kart and Mario Golf, Mario Tennis on the 3DS.
Yeah. Wasn't there a version of Mario Party a while back that had Mii support?
There was just that game. There was Wii Party that was basically.
That's what it was.
It was Mario Party, but just with Miis.
Gotcha.
They took all the Mario out.
We're talking about this, and now I have the Mii Plaza's music just in my head. Bum, bum, bum. I remember how we used to like.
No, keep going.
I remember how we used to like do the stupid little Mii games on our 3DSs and like help each other through like the fantasy dungeons
Oh,
and
the
stuff.
Street Pass.
Street Pass was
Yeah.
fun. I've actually, you know what? That's another thing I've been checking out. I dug my 3DS out and I've been playing Miitopia. Do you remember that?
Yeah, the RPG
that
one.
RPG. That's super fun. It's goofy. It's goofy as heck, but
They
it's
should have
fun.
never got rid of Street Pass. It would have worked perfectly on the Switch.
It
too.
really would
I
have.
don't know why they dumped it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe it'll come back. We don't know. It probably won't, but you know,
Yeah.
Nintendo. Other than like their characters, Nintendo doesn't seem to like looking back.
Oh no,
Nintendo
they
doesn't
love
like-
looking back if they can make some money off
Yeah.
of it.
Nintendo
That's
doesn't
true.
like doing anything right now,
yeah,
it seems.
apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
With the exception of Mario 3D
Yeah,
World.
It's not entirely
Yeah.
true. We've got a couple bits
We got a
of
couple.
Nintendo
We got a
news.
couple. Yeah, we want to go. Oh, I guess also there's no Netflix on the 3DS or Wii anymore,
Yeah, they're
right?
dropping the Netflix on the Wii U and the 3DS.
Yeah.
So now there'll be no way to watch Netflix on any Nintendo
device.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah, you'd think they'd have it on the Switch by now.
You
but
would think.
But doesn't the Switch have Hulu?
Yes.
That is
somehow.
weird.
Yeah. Yeah. So unfortunately you can't watch your Great British Bake Off in crisp 180p.
Yeah. No Queen's Gambit on that Switch.
Yeah. But what are we getting on the Nintendo Switch coming up?
What are we getting?
We
Well, it was a Wii U game. They elaborated on the new Super Mario 3D, not new Super Mario 3D World. They've gave so many dumb names to Mario games at this point.
yeah.
Super Mario 3D World, a Wii U game, is getting ported to the Switch. This is a known quantity.
Sure.
But it comes with new content called Bowser's Fury that looks like an almost different game at this point.
Looks completely different. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Like
it's-
giant kaiju monster murder Godzilla Bowser.
The Japanese press release referred to him as Godslayer Bowser,
Yes.
which sounds very rad.
It's very
It's
very
like the
metal.
most. It's like it's the most metal name you could ever come up with a Nintendo character.
Unfortunately, the American name is just Fury Bowser.
Yeah, well, that's it's fine, I guess. It's cool that Mario in this. It looks like it's almost a open map.
Yeah, it is.
And you have an assistant, Bowser Jr., with Professor Egad's paintbrush from Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, and
is
that's
in
the
it.
co-op mode.
Yeah.
One person is Mario, the other is Bowser Jr.
That's cool.
teaming up to save his dad
Yeah, and then at one point Mario got big too,
and Cat.
and Big and Cat.
Not just cat.
Lion.
He was like a lion, but he looked like, when you collect all the Chaos Emeralds and make Supersonic in Sonic Adventure.
Well, I was gonna say it's nice to see that Mario is getting in on the Pokemon Gigantamaxing.
Yeah, that's basically
It's what he is.
Super Saiyan Gigantamax Mario.
Yeah.
Maybe the last part of the game will just be like Godzilla destroy all monsters.
But it looks really cool. It looks almost more like Mario Odyssey than it does 3D World.
It does.
I thought that too when I watched the trailer. I was like, man, this looks like it could have been Mario Odyssey.
And who knows? It might be running off of that engine.
Yeah.
They might.
it
they
probably
might be.
is. It probably is.
3D World also is a fantastic game. It's one of the better ones. It's one of the good ones.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
And it's running faster. I think they got it at 60 FPS now.
Oh, good.
They added online mode, so you can play with friends online. That could go one of two ways. It could be fine, like Splatoon,
or it could be
Arms,
Animal Crossing.
or it could be trash like Smash Brothers. And Mario Maker was also awful.
I've heard that. Yeah. Oh man, Smash is. There's a reason why I haven't asked you guys to do a Smash tournament with me. Because
it's bad. Yeah.
the online is very bad.
It's never been good.
No.
Ever since there's been online in Smash, it has been resoundingly garbage.
They just need rollback. That's all they need. And this is a whole other topic.
Well, they need to design it to be used in places other than Japan.
Well, yes. That's the problem.
Either that or America needs to up their
everyone gets fiber.
infrastructure.
Yeah.
Their internet infrastructure.
Anyway, so more Nintendo news.
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, a new trailer dropped for Pokemon Snap, and it looks fun.
Okay, what is Pokemon Snap?
So Pokemon Snap was a Nintendo 64 game where you rolled around on a little cart and took pictures of Pokemon in fun, like a safari, like a nature safari.
You're the Pokemon paparazzi.
Yeah.
And there's light puzzles as well because you want to try to get certain Pokemon to pop up, which cause
Certain
you to
events
have to do
happen.
certain events. You have to kind of throw food to get them to go to a certain area
throw
to do
apples
certain things.
At Pokemon.
Yeah, you try to chuck a bunch of apples at a Magikarp so he evolves in the ocean and
Makes
wake
a
up
Gyarados.
Yeah.
I just, people want this so bad, but I feel like it's a case of people not knowing what they really want.
It's rose-colored glasses.
Yeah,
not saying that Pokemon Snap isn't fun, and not saying that this isn't going to be fun. It is, and I'll get this. I never owned the original Pokemon Snap. I think I rented it once. Never had it, but people have awfully fond memories of Snap, and
It's just okay.
I mean, it's
okay.
definitely a nostalgia thing of people our age thinking back to the 90s and sitting there with your Mountain Dew and your Surge, playing Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium, GoldenEye, all that stuff with your friends.
I tell you what I'm not looking forward to is playing it in handheld mode and being forced to use gyro controls because I don't want to spin around my kitchen or my living room in a circle trying to take pictures of a friggin' Pidgey.
That's why I turned to AR support in Pokemon Go.
Oh, same here. That's the first thing I do when they update and they just happen to accidentally turned it back on for you. Are you sure you missed this? It's no, turn that crap off. I'm done. No.
I mean, you can finish the original in an hour.
It's very short. That's the other thing. It's very short. Having said that, the original only had 100, had only 80 out of the original 151. This one looks like it's going to have all of them.
It's even got Pokemon Sword and Shield stuff in it.
Yeah, it's huge, and on a next gen system, when they make a new Pokemon game, they could very easily just add, hey, we just found a new area of filming island or whatever they're calling
I think
it.
It's called Lentil Island for some reason.
Okay, that's fine.
So spill the beans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly just kind of burn out on Pokemon right now. I don't know what it is.
I know what it is for me. It's the DLC.
Yeah,
that
the DLC was very bad.
The first DLC was bad. The second one adds a lot of quality of life stuff, and there's a lot to do. I just don't have the drive to complete this. I don't have the drive to complete Sword and Shield like I did some of the other games.
I mean, and Sword and Shield wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. It was
kind of a letdown.
It seemed like a swing and a miss.
Yeah, and I don't want to be like those people who were super mad at it because there wasn't all the Pokemon in it or whatever. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care about that, but I would like a coherent plot.
Yeah, but Pokemon hasn't had a coherent plot in a while.
That's true.
Sun and Moon made no sense.
No. X and Y was awful.
X and Y made just the tiniest bit of sense.
I'm a giant man from 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, where's that game?
So basically, Pokemon hasn't made sense since Red and Blue.
Because there was no plot to Red and Blue. Red and Blue's plot was go be the best there ever was.
And also, there's organized crime is going to be in your way, but it's all right.
I want to say Silver. Was it the second one? Golden Silver. Yeah, was that the second one? Golden Silver.
There's cool parts where you're teaming up with Lance. And,
Yeah.
That one was really good.
That one was pretty neat, and I mean, it had that subplot where your rival was hinted to be the son of Giovanni, and it was Team Rocket trying to come back, but just couldn't do it. But there was like an overarching kind of plot.
Sun and Moon did have some cool stuff in it.
Until that fourth island when there was nothing.
Yeah.
When they just said, we ran out of dev time. Here's a bunch of stuff.
But like the Aether Foundation and the Hyper Beasts.
That's,
and like,
yeah,
all
that was kind of neat.
Really good. And
that was kind of neat.
The evil lady and her kids that are fighting against her. That was pretty good.
They brought a lot of the Aether Beasts back in Sword and Shield, the second DLC, and those are characters I never thought were going to exist again. I never thought that the monster that looked like Christmas lights with a plug head was ever going to come back.
The muscular mosquito.
That big old muscular mosquito. Yeah.
But I don't know, Pokemon just hasn't. Maybe I'm getting old. I don't know. It just hasn't been doing it for me lately.
You know, maybe they just need a shot in the arm, and maybe some of the stuff they're going to do for this 25th anniversary will bring it back.
Katy Perry in some way.
Yes, yeah, I'm not sure about
I saw
that.
that news blurb that they haven't really said what she's doing, but she's involved with Pokemon in some way.
She's getting cosmetic surgery to become a Jigglypuff.
She very well could be. I don't know. They haven't said.
Right.
Let's see. What else we got?
I that's it for Nintendo stuff, I think.
Yeah, well...
Did we talk about them buying Next Level Games?
Oh, we didn't talk about them buying... Yeah, go for it.
Second party, not publisher, design studio, Next Level Games, the people who did the Luigi's Mansion 2 and 3...
Punch Out.
And Punch Out Wii, and the Mario soccer game, Super Mario Strikers. Nintendo has just fully bought them at this point, which seems like a smart move to me. Those are all really good games.
Those are great games. I mean, it's kind of sad. It doesn't look like Nintendo's really making games anymore. Yeah. So I'm not sure what the point is. I jest, but yeah,
they have really slowed down on stuff.
They have.
It's been bad lately.
Yeah.
It's like a drought.
Maybe Nintendo couldn't figure out how to do COVID.
That's what it seems like. It
seems
like
they're having a hard time adjusting.
COVID really knocked them for a loop, and they haven't got back on their feet yet.
Yeah,
which sucks.
Yeah, and I'm sure they will eventually. But and this might be a step in the right direction, because maybe Next Level Games or whatever, they have a better handle on how to produce content in our current climate.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get a new Mario Baseball. I'd love that.
Yeah.
More Wii. More Wii. More Punch Out.
Yeah.
Give me more Punch Out.
I'll always take more Punch Out.
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion 3 was so good.
Yeah.
It's so very, very good. I would take another one of those. It's some of the best character animation they've ever done on the Mario Brothers in that game. It's worth it for that alone.
Yeah. Huh. Let's see. What are some other things to talk about?
We got more video game stuff in the Lucasfilm area. Some Lucas-related video game content. They brought Lucasfilm Games back, I guess.
Yeah, we reported on Lucasfilm Games closing years ago, I think.
Yeah. Well, it was LucasArts then.
LucasArts, yeah.
But they're bringing it back as Lucasfilm Games.
Okay.
And they're the people in charge of Star Wars games now.
So basically the EA is getting their monopoly on Star Wars games taken away, and they're giving it to Lucasfilm Games.
Okay.
And reportedly they're already saying they're going to put out an open world Star Wars game.
By Ubisoft.
Oh yes, by Ubisoft.
So they went from the one evil worst one to like the evil second one.
Baby steps, man.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Well, I mean, EA really did have some big missteps on a couple of their titles.
They couldn't have fumbled the Star Wars franchise any harder than they did.
I mean, they picked up near the end.
Yeah, they did. They turned it around, but too little too late.
I mean, when they tried to put all those microtransactions in Battlefront 2, man.
Oh, that was bad.
The world lost its mind.
It's still like the most downvoted Reddit post of all time.
Yeah. But then they fixed it because they realized people weren't going to do that. And then I've played Battlefront 2 a little bit. It's good. It's not bad. Jedi Fallen Order, pretty good game if you like Dark Souls style kind of things.
I thought it was all right, but like it's not that I can't play Dark Souls games because they just make me mad.
Yeah, I mean,
I wanted to like it so bad.
I mean, it's not a bad game. It's really not. I need to finish it because I really want to finish the story. And I've been playing the ever-living stuff out of Star Wars Squadrons, and I really like that game, like a lot. I've gotten actually good-ish at it. I mean, it'll be interesting to see, the path that the next set of Star Wars games will take. But, because if you look at the history of Star Wars games, it's like it's definitely a wave. I mean, you have bad, 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 good, 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 bad, lots of bad, good.
It seems like the less popular Star Wars is, the better the games are. Because you get like Knights of the Old Republic and stuff. That was like,
I love the first one. The second one's not bad, but it's not as good.
the online game was actually pretty good for an MMO.
It really is, but I think it also because of the way they did it. Like, you could play the game and it still feels like you're playing like an actual video game and not an MMO.
Yeah,
What about Masters of Terras Kasai?
that's one.
I know you hate that game, but I really liked it when I was younger. Not saying if I played it now I would not like it, but I liked it a lot when I was younger. It was fun. Plus, I just liked being Boba Fett and just missile spamming people.
That's hire Concerned Ape from Stardew Valley fame to make a moisture farmer game.
Oh, there we go. That would be good.
That's what we need.
Wait, what'd you say his name was?
Concerned Ape.
Concerned Ape.
That's the guy's name.
It's his screen name,
His
yeah.
screen
Oh.
name that did Stardew Valley.
That is a cool street name.
What's the name of like his company too? I guess.
Which is mostly him.
Yeah, it comes up when you start the game.
Yeah.
Which we actually fell back into a Stardew Valley hole not too long
I've been
ago.
thinking about it.
They did an update.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big update with a lot of stuff, and it's such a good game.
Yeah. When the update comes to the Switch version, I'll probably start a new farm.
Oh, and Bethesda announced a Indiana Jones game?
Executive produced by everybody's favorite Todd Howard,
Oh, that coward.
but being made by Machine Games, the people who did the Wolfenstein reboots that are very, very good. Probably one of the better franchises as of late, especially out of Bethesda.
True.
So hopefully this will be good. Hopefully it won't be a buggy nightmare.
I'll bet we won't see quite as many buggy Bethesda games now that they have Microsoft's QA team in their back pocket.
Yeah. That's very true.
Or just Microsoft lording over them.
Yeah, just Microsoft in general.
It's like,
I wonder
no,
if it's gonna
let's
be
go fix that.
Is it going to be Xbox exclusive, I wonder? I mean, I would
I would imagine at the very least timed exclusive.
It'll be Xbox and PC. I mean...
I haven't mentioned on the show that I do have the new Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
No, you
No,
haven't.
I haven't. Yeah,
No.
I got the new Xbox.
How is it?
It's like the old one,
Oh, wait.
but better.
Oh, so you got the current gen one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the Series X.
Because it feels like you just got an Xbox One not that long ago.
I did. It was like a year. I maybe had it for a year. But we had the chance to get one, so we got one.
Yeah. With or without the disc drive?
With the disc drive.
Okay,
it's the
good.
big boy. It's
big
like,
boy.
It is
All right.
large.
Yeah.
The little mini fridge.
But there's no games. I don't have any games for it that are discernibly different than they were on the other Xbox.
Oh, no bug snacks?
No, that was PlayStation.
Oh, it's PlayStation. That's right. Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, the only Series X game I have is Yakuza Like a Dragon, and it looks like Yakuza. Like,
Yeah.
they're not notoriously pretty games or anything.
Not especially, but
I hate...
how is it, by the way?
Oh, Like a
Yakuza,
Dragon?
yeah.
It's fantastic. It's great.
Like,
Yeah.
I love the games. I hate the Japanese UI. Like with the menus and stuff. I hate it. I just hate it.
This one's a little better because the battle, it's got turn-based battles instead of the arena.
It's just a straight up RPG.
Yeah, it's a
at this
JRPG.
point.
Oh, okay.
But ridiculous, set in modern day Japan.
Yeah, how far are you into it?
Chapter 7.
Okay, so you're pretty far. You met my favorite character, the homeless wizard that throws beans at an enemy to summon a flock of birds.
Yeah. Or like takes a swig from a flask and lights it on fire and blows fire all over people.
Yep.
The hostess girl who will shake a bottle of champagne and spray it all over the bad guys.
That just reminds me of the scene in Yakuza 0, I think, with Majima in the bar or the place he works at, and the guy just pours the cabaret, yes. And the guy pours champagne all over him, and he's like trying to hold in his anger, and he's like, "Yes, sir, this is very nice. I would bathe in this champagne. Thank you, sir."
Because he's the something of the night, the king of the night,
or demon of the night, something like that. Basically, he was an infamous, Yakuza badass.
But all the Yakuza games are like just Japanese crime stories.
But every side quest is goofy stuff.
Yeah, just completely buck wild.
Yeah, like the tonal dissonance between the main story, which is very serious, and then you're saving a bunch of kids from.
You're helping a kid buy Dragon Quest on release day in the 80s.
Yeah, right.
I remember that quest.
Yeah.
You had to go chase down that guy.
Or oops, you went into a place and it's full of Yakuza guys wearing diapers.
What was the one from the one game where he ends up in a mascot suit?
Yeah,
and
that was in 6.
Yeah, he has to run around and beat people up in like an orange mascot for like orange juice or something like that.
Or the one in 0 when you have to teach that gang of degenerates to actually be
Yankee punk guys. They're like greasers.
Yeah. Like Japanese greasers.
Yeah.
Had to teach them how to be tough guys.
Yeah.
Because they're really bad at it.
Yeah, they're all like sensitive nerds.
With pompadours.
Yeah. But like the main stories are these soap opera-esque crime melodramas.
Mm-hmm. And the story in Like a Dragon is really, really good. I like it a
they're
lot.
all really good,
yeah,
honestly.
That's George Takei as the main crime lord in Like a Dragon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's doing he is toning it back so far. He is unrecognizable, and it is fantastic.
All the voice acting is really good.
Like he's tapping more into his Japanese roots.
Yeah,
they don't normally have English voice acting in the Yakuza games because it makes sense.
It makes sense, sure.
But that's been really good in this one.
Yeah, they really knocked it out of the park with this one.
Ichiban is great, the main character.
He's so good.
He's so dumb. But also like such a good, wholesome crime boy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
His name's Ichiban?
Ichiban, the best.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1. I forget his last name, but yeah, his first name's Ichiban.
Huh. You said it was in modern day, but if you look at their outfits, you couldn't tell me it was. Because all the Yakuza games have like that weird 80s like...
Well, it's because he's still wearing his suit. He went to prison for like 18 years or something like that. So he's still wearing the suit that he wore 18 years prior.
And when you start the game, you are straight up out of prison homeless.
Yeah.
And you work your way up from being homeless
to an apartment.
Basically, yeah. Yeah. All right, well, hey, we have a bunch more news, but unfortunately, we have hit time, so...
wow.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. We have
all Yakuza.
We have plenty to talk about next week then. So, thank you all for listening. You've been listening to Nerd Overload. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at Nerd Overload now.
You can email us at staff@nerdoverload.com.
You can give us a call on the Nerd Overload hotline, 586-372-8020. Leave us a message. We might play it on the show. I don't have a good
Favorite Mario power-up.
That's a good one.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, let me know what your favorite Mario power-up is. I think mine's the Hammer Brothers suit.
That's a good one. The boot.
Oh yeah.
I was
Kriva's
I was
shoe.
I was always a big fan of the frog suit from 3.
Yeah, I wish
Yeah.
they'd bring
Frog
that
Suit's
back.
good. Yep. You can also find our show on various podcast apps such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. And finally, I'd like to thank David Pencil for the use of our intro and outro. You can find more of his stuff over at davidpencil.com. So again, thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back next week.
Peace out.